Hello, 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 Angel here. Welcome to, or back to this space. Lovely to have you here one more time. Now, I don't know about you, but 2025 for me is whizzing on by like a good one. I don't know whether the year's got going or gone to already. Now, I wanted to create a video around the decks I want to use before the end of 2025, so like before I turn 46, and I stumbled upon a video by Candy at Candy Soul and Soil, and so this video is inspired by Candy's video, and you'll know from the title already that this is a tarot to be read list before I turn 46. Now luckily I turned 46 at the end of the year, so I've got, what have I got, about 8 months left, so yeah, I've got some time, in front of me to hopefully use the decks that are in this list. Now, I'm not going to be totally strict. These are just decks I would like to use. You're going to see some playing with pairs in this video. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, why not grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee? Yeah, and keep me company. Should we get into it? I think we really should. Let's do it. So I started sorting my tarot storage area back in November in 2024. I divided the decks into decks that I had read and was trying to move away from in 2025 to allow the decks that I hadn't read to get some time on my desk. And as I was sorting out the decks, I decided to kind of, I was sitting on the floor and, pairing some decks here and there. And I'm in the most unsexy way possible. I was creating pairings using rubber bands because that's the way I roll. Lordy Lord. Okay, so the first pairing out are these two. This is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot here in this bag by Rachel True, and Visions of Duality Inspiration Cards by Barbara Chirado and Riccardo Minetti. Oh my goodness me. Sorry if I butchered those names, apologies. This was a deck that I saved from the chopping board. It was literally being given away to a friend or colleague that I had, and it was on top of the bag that I was giving to them. I obviously didn't pass it to them, in person. I was leaving it for them at work, and this deck was calling to me on top of that pile, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't give that one away. Maybe I should keep that in my collection. It's still calling to me a little bit. So I grabbed it off of the chopping block bag with the decks I was going to give them, and this is where it has arrived. So I'm hoping, I would like to use these two together. I've heavily modded this one. This was my first mod job. Can I say that? I've done it. I've said it. It's done. Oh, a few years ago, which I did with scissors, and I think actually, no, I shouldn't really admit this, but I did it at work on one of those days, like a bank holiday. We were like, it was dead. I was the only person that was working. I had nothing to do, and I work at a swimming pool, by the way, and yeah, I just sat there edging, modifying my deck. I wouldn't do that nowadays, but I did it back in 2020, 2021, whenever it was. Anywho, yes, my point is, what was the point? Oh, so the point is, I've obviously, remodded it. Once I got my guillotine home, I remodified it so that it shuffles nicely. So these originally had white borders all the way around. But back in November, when I was sitting on the floor, going through my tarot storage areas and, pulling out boxes upon boxes of decks and, getting cards out and seeing if they paired nicely, I just felt these two really spoke together. Now, I purchased this one quite a while ago. I used it for a couple of readings. Didn't really, speak to me all that much. So it kind of went back on my Oracle Tarot shelf and hasn't really seen the light of day since then. I've got to say, I'm really liking this like rib skeletal structure. That's interesting. The many faces of nature with death. Ooh. Do you see what I mean? So when I was sitting there going through the decks and kind of pairing them, I just kind of got a bit of a vibe that these two would really pair nicely together. So Reasons of the Heart and Temperance with this duality. Oh, I like this like air and fire. Ooh. I clearly was, I had my brain in gear that day because, I feel that they're definitely speaking to each other in some way. So yeah, so this is a deck that I'd really like to get to. The River of Time with the Ace of Wands. Loving the colouring. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know that, I use tarot for a lot of different things, and I'm really focusing this year on facets of self-work. But I'm also Dawn Michelle Weaver in her Weavers group. So I do tend to rotate my decks out monthly for that practice, as well as sometimes I do like tarot challenges and things like that. So I wonder if this might be an option maybe for Dawn Michelle's practice or a tarot challenge. I can't see it appearing in my facets of self-work, but who knows? Who knows? But I think there's definitely something in this pairing. It intrigues me a lot. I'm going to take 2 more. I mean, look, this like lady's head with an island, and then like this island floating. I mean, doesn't it though? Doesn't it? I think it does. I don't know. There's something here, and I want to explore it. I'm not going to take as long on the other decks, I promise you. And I'm going to stop gabbing. Let's move on to the next pairing. Okay, so the next pairing out is the Fifth Spirit Tarot and the Akasha Oracle, I'm going to say it's called. This is a French mass market deck. This is also the mass market version. I used these, I feel, last year. And I feel I got a message through, which I wasn't asking for, with this combination for my friend who's from a loved one who had passed away. And I have never had that kind of experience before with decks. I mean, not getting messages through for other people that I haven't asked for. So it didn't send me into a tiz. That's the wrong thing to say, but it made me feel a bit like, I don't know. This feels a bit strange. I don't read for other people. I've said that before. I don't ask questions about other people. I mean, I might ask the cards how this person is feeling about me if I've got a problem at work or something, but I don't specifically, read for, Joe Blogs and Mrs. Blogs, how's their relationship? I don't ask, I'm not interested in that malarkey, or, anything about people generally. that's awful. I just, live and let live, that's what I say. So when the messages came through, I was thrown for 6. Can I say that? I'm going to say that. So since then I haven't used this, but I want to get it back out again because I really enjoy it. I really like this oracle because it's got a keyword and it's also got a herb or plant. Sorry, I didn't just grab my kitty cat. He's about to jump up on my altar. Okay, accident avoided. Apologies. Okay, what was I saying? Yes, there's a plant and a key phrase or keyword, sorry, and I really like that. So I would like to bring this one back out again. This might feel like a bit of a strange pairing, but this deck feels very grounded to me, and this oracle feels very grounded as well. So, what can I say? It just works. I'm going to take 2 more. And the last one. So fingers crossed, this one is going to be appearing sometime this year. Yeah, watch this space. The next pairing out is the Tarot del Fuego and the Supernova Tarot. This was a deck that I purchased earlier in 2024 and was, anticipating it. I haven't used it yet because I've been, really feeling the dark aesthetic with the decks I'm using. Tarot del Fuego I bought a long time ago. These are the backs. I've edged mine in like all different primary colours, which I think is blooming gorgeous. Most impressed with that. And as mentioned, when I was sitting there in November on the floor, as you do, and I was looking at the decks, I was thinking these two might pair really nicely together. And I did a bit of a, got the decks out and had a bit of a looky, and I feel that there is something that works within this. Now, I'm totally not against using tarot and tarot. And I might be able to find a pairing with an oracle deck. There's nothing that's like springing to mind right at the minute. Oh, wait, hold the phone. I just had a spark of a memory. Lindsey from Silver Crow Tarot. They mentioned, I'm sure it was Lindsey that mentioned this Rainbow Brain Skull Oracle. And I think it might work, These are the backs. These are the beautiful edging. I mean, you know, you can't go wrong with a bit of gilding, can you really? Let's do that, that and that. I don't know if they're going to work. I haven't tried them, but you know, let's have a bit of a playing with pairs or playing with a combination. Let's have a look here. I've got so many things on my desk. Okay, so forever and whenever you will go, the choice is always yours to vibrate high or vibrate low. I like that actually. With the Seven of Wands, vibrating maybe at a lower energy. With instead of the Six of Wands, vibrating at a higher energy possibly for the you. I don't know. Might be something in it. Let's have a look. I'm not a fractured being. I'm multifaceted with the Seven of Cups and the Knave of Cups. Oh, I'm quite excited. I like this. And, you know, we've got this cup going on here. Oh, there might be something in it. There might be something in it. Don't do everything. Do the next thing. With the Two of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Ooh. Wouldn't have been a pairing that I would have expected if had Lindsey not said it. I'm sure it was Lindsey that said it. Take break from small hell you've designed for yourself. With Five of Cups and the Knave of Pentacles. Oh, I like that. I love this Knave of Cups, and that's so cool. So cool. Apologies for my kitty cat. I've just given him a big cuddle. And he wants another one. Imagination and reality are scheduled to be inverted. With the King of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. I really like this. I think the artwork in the Tarot de Fuego is really, really intriguing. I'm going to take two more because I could play with pairs the whole day through. I hereby grant you the power to make me unhappy with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Interesting. I love this Queen of Swords. Okay, last one, and then we're going to move along. As we'll be here all day. Time is money. Infinite freedom of thought is your foundation. With the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Infinite freedom of thought is your foundation. Ooh. I think there's something really intriguing here. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you have Supernova Tarot or Tarot del Fuego or even the Rainbow Brain Skull? Let me know, you know, what do you pair the decks with? I would love to know. We've got 2, 3 pairings more. I'm going to go faster, I promise. So the next pairing out is the Sufi Tarot and the Wisdom de Alma. This is a tried and true pairing that I have previously used and really liked, and I would really like to get back to it. These are the backs. I was going to edge mine and semi-started to edge it in silver, which you can't even see, I don't think. And I abandoned that idea because it didn't show up very well. Really enjoyed the Wisdom de Alma cards. I saw these on Robin's channel, Robin's Reflections, and they've got the image on the front, and they've got like the mesh on the back, and there's no guidebook really to this, which I like. I like the whole getting in, getting your mesh and getting out. So we've got the Devil card, which obviously, you know, I'm working with this year. As I heal myself, I heal my lineage. I create a lineage based on conscious compassion and love. I like that. I feel the Devil card is most definitely about, you know, breaking free of those bonds, those inner limitations and the addictions that we, you know, keep ourselves tied to. My self-love is unshakable. With the Hangman. This is very interesting. I like this. Ooh. I'm saying that. I know these two work really nicely together. Six of Swords. I choose to love myself in all the places where they once rejected me. I love that. This is a really gentle, supportive deck and pairing actually. So yeah, I think we all, you know, well, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but maybe some with slightly larger collections of decks have this kind of dilemma. You know, oh, I really want to use it, but this other deck is also calling to me. It's like, oh, I don't know, what should I do? What should I do? It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. But it's a nice option to have. But you know, having this this wish list, hopefully, remind me of the decks I want to be using by the end of the year. I am my own home, and I say who is welcome here with the 9 of Coins. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Moving on to the next pairing. So the next combo of decks out, well, that would be the Crystal Magic Tarot, the Oracle of Murmurs, which is a French deck, and this is the Numinous Tarot, I want to say. This was a second-hand find on the super duper online charity shop that I look at and peruse now and again, and I've purchased quite a few of my second-hand decks from. Used this deck, these two in combination, in January last year. Really, really enjoyed them, and since then they haven't got any table time. I used these two together middle of last year, I think. Really enjoyed them as well. And so I really want to get them back out, and I feel, I mean, these two have got this deck in common because they paired really nicely with them. This one also paired nicely with the, I want to say, Faceted Garden, or the, what's the other deck that I've got by the same creator? I never can remember the names of those decks. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Either way, they paired nicely as well. Really like the Crystal Magic Tarot. Obviously, there's crystal associations with the cards, which are referenced in the book. I really like that. This deck feels really grounded to me. This Oracle feels quite grounded, but this feels a bit more, I want to say a bit more airy, which is strange because it's got the crystal association, so you would think it would ground the deck, but for me this feels a bit more, you know, yeah, a bit more airy. Yeah, so I just would really like to give them a shot together. And I might even bring out actually the other Oracle that I mentioned, the Faceted Garden, or the whatever that other deck is called. I'm so sorry to the creator. I never remember what it's called. I do apologise. Liking this. Anyway, yes, so yeah, so you know. So you know. Really enjoy this. I love the guidebook. I tend to Google Translate it. And I've got nothing bad to say about it, but you know, it's the same again, isn't it? With the bigger collections of decks, our attention, or my attention in any case, I'm not going to say you, I'll talk about myself. My intention is like drawn, you know, in different directions, and I do try to go with what's pulling at me, what's pulling at my intuition. And I don't like to be strict, as I mentioned before in my practice. I like to be, you know, quite free and easy. So although I really would like to work with these, if another deck is calling aloud to me, that would obviously get the time on my desk. But I really want to get these out again because I really like them. Maybe summer would be a great time to pull these out. I don't know. Watch this space. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your legs, cross your arms. That these lovely decks will make an appearance this year. Now this combination is a combination that I really want to get to, hopefully in the summertime. This is the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle, mass market. This is the Sweet Foragers Tarot, and this is the Animal Apothecary Oracle. This is really versatile deck in my collection. I stumbled upon this combination in another video, can't remember which one, and I was like, oh, I really want to try that. And since doing that, I haven't gotten to it. I love this edging. You know, I do love me some colour. Look at this. This came out of the box like this. Anyway, and I've edged this one in red. Ta-da! And just as I got these out on the desk, I was suddenly thinking that the Rainbow Brain Skull Oracle might actually also be an option for this. So we're going to flip a few cards, and then I might test the Rainbow Brain Skull Oracle, because, you know, we're playing with pairs. Why not? Attract through glow with temperance and freedom. Now, I used this deck, was it last year? I can't remember. I really enjoyed it. This is really versatile, so I've used it with like my Tarot Apocalypsis. What else have I used it with? The, what's that called, that deck? I'll put the name on the screen, I can't think of it. There's a couple of other decks which I'm totally blanking on that I've also paired with this deck. So this is really versatile in my collection. Used this a little bit when I first got it, and then it kind of went away and hasn't really seen the light of day since then. And when I stumbled upon this in one of the videos I did a while ago, I was like, oh, that's its way back in, I think, and to be used. So yes, really enjoy this guidebook. It's like you know, it's you know, going through this like story and meeting these characters. I really enjoy that as well. Which I'm not usually a story guidebook kind of person, but I just really like it with Sam Brooks' work. Really, really like it. So yeah, should we try the Rainbow Brain Skull? We're here anyway, why not? I do really like this deck. Here we go. Okay, let's have a look here. So we've got the Ace of Wands with Silicon. And jumping is scary, staying frozen is scarier. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Let's just do that and that and that. It's a pretty card. I think it's a bit of a shame that some of these cards have keywords. Like this one, for instance, has change. But this one's got like silicon. Don't know where I can go with that. I mean, obviously, you know, I can go with the what's going on here, which actually, now thinking about it, speaks to me of my facets of self. Interesting. Okay, what have we got here? We've got change with the Four of Crystals and ride ends, choose arm position. Okay, let's take a couple more. Family with the Page of Crystals, create right now, not just during soft good times. Love this. I love control. I wish I had some. With the Four of Wands and miracles. This kind of feels a bit more, what's the word? I want to say like whimsical, not whimsical, that's the wrong word. I'm thinking the Animal Apothecary is quite grounded. It's quite a grounded deck to me. This feels a bit more, you know, out there, which kind of maybe matches this energy better. Don't know. The work is whatever uncomfortable thing that is in front of you right now at this moment, with the Eight of Wands and sing. That's interesting. Okay, we're going to take one more. Last one. Death is just one chapter I play. My real name is change. Love that. With the Ten of Daggers. Oh, I like that. An aura. Ooh, liking this. Last one. Sorry, I said one more. Last one. I've always enjoying things with judgment and autonomy. Oh, I think there might be a possibility there. The question is, I think this one might still turn up because I think it works anyway. Okay, let's move along to the next one. So the next pairing out is basically it's Magic Tarot and the Sacred Creators Oracle, both are mass market decks. Purchased this, I've got this one, I think, last year, I feel. I was following the creator, I stumbled upon the creator on Instagram and was watching when they were creating the deck and fell in love with the artwork. But, you know, my colourful decks have kind of taken a back seat. I just need to show you the backs of these. Look at these, they are beautiful. I'm going to edge mine, I think, in some... Actually, what am I saying? I'm going to do multicolours because I love me some colour. Although at the minute it's taking a bit of a back seat. And this is a true tested and loved Oracle deck. Very versatile. I'm sure you've seen it and maybe you even have it. So we've got the Eight of Wands with limitations inspire innovations. The Queen of Swords with change maker makes waves. I love this art style. I think it's so... It makes me happy. I can feel my battery filling up, you know, within me. It just makes me so happy. With the Fool, with make a mission statement for your soul. I love that. I really love that. And I love this. Look at this. This like pathway through this opening. And you've got this like pathway to this opening. Oh, I really like that. The Three of Swords with cozy up with risk. This is interesting as well. I've got this and this. Like it. The Two of Swords with creator of air. I really like this art style. I think it reminds me of like some of the books I had when I was a child. We've got the Priestess with celebrate your wins. Look at this, the kitty cat. I love that. The keys. So cool. And obviously these are very, very big cards. But I just think they're so, I think they're needed to appreciate and see the artwork as well. We've got the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, does that make sense? That can't be right. No, are we looking at the Hierophant here? Unsure, I need to Google this. This is in German, this deck, by the way, I didn't say that. External validation. I wonder if that's the Hierophant. Oh, don't know, might have to have a look at that. The Eight of Pentacles with you are epic. We'll take a couple more. I love this. The Four of Swords. This reminds me of Princess and the Pea. I love that. Oh, why is it back to front? What's going on? What's going on here? Hello. You, the Muse. Oh, I love this. And I love it, the rat in the forest. Oh, and their bed's made out of swords and mattresses. I love that. Love this. Love this. The Ten of Swords. The good kind. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, last two. What does your soul say with the Seven of Wands? And last one. Ooh, death with you or magic. Oh, that's interesting. I love this open-handed malarkey going on here, and they're crossed here. That's interesting as well. Yeah, that's it. We're done with that pairing. Oh, the Tower. Light in the unexpected. I kid you not. That I haven't even gone through the deck. I just just pulled them out of the boxes and popped them on the desk. Perfect. I'm thinking as well. I was thinking that time is not going to be. I don't have enough time to use these decks. I've only got 8 months only. But of course, I can bring several of them into rotation at the same time. So I'm thinking the Tarot de Fuego and Supernova Tarot in connection with the Forager's Tarot, or even with that combination of decks, or even this one. I could have them all in the same month and have like a very colourful month. Should we move along? I think we should. We are nearing the end of my Tarot to be read list. These are the next 3 out. We've got the Clarity Tarot, we've got the Animal Wisdom Oracle, and we've got the Borderlands Tarot. Now, the Clarity Tarot I saw very recently on Mand's channel, Mand at Mystic Mand. If you haven't checked out the channel, dash on over, go and have a looky. I will link the channel in the description box. Yeah, and they purchased this deck, and I was really surprised. Mand, if you're watching, I was really surprised when you purchased this deck, because it didn't. I was, like, I've got that deck. Oh, that's interesting. But I was a bit surprised because you mentioned yourself that that's not kind of the thing you kind of go for generally. So let me know how you're getting on with it. I'd like to know. Please tell me in the description box or the comment box if that's okay. So when I was sitting in November, going through my tarot stash, I think I had this thought that the light and the dark. Hence the reason that these kind of ended up in a pairing together. Now, why did I buy this deck? Well, you could ask that, especially when I've got this deck, which is called the Wandering Tarot, which last year was one of my most used decks because it's like my daily pull that I have sitting here in my desk space. So this is very similar. Stop talking, I'm going to flip some cards, or talk and flip some cards would be even better. If I could, coordinate my mouth and my hands to work at the same time, that would be just fantastic. But I think I was going for this whole dark and light malarkey. This was a new deck last year, which I haven't used. And I'm going to say that I haven't used any of these 3. I purchased this one, I feel, to go with the Figuratively Speaking Tarot, which is one of my favourite decks, which is also, unfortunately, not seeing the light of day. Maybe it's got to be a year and a half, 2 years. Because, I've just, the darker decks, the Darkwood Tarot, they've like really, I don't want to say consumed, but they've been really helping me with my journey. And I think we have decks for different seasons. Well, that's what I think anyway. Let me know in the comment section. Do you find the same thing? Do you find that, you have an amazing experience with a deck and then that goes a bit dormant and quiet in your practice? And that's all okay. Oh, knocking things off. Yeah, so I think it's going to be quite exciting to see how these work together. Now, I like the breathing room in both of these decks, and I love the art style of this one. I also really like the fact there's a keyword, it tells you what it is, the title of the card. It gives you a elemental symbol, a key phrase, and even like a follow-up prompt, perhaps. So I really like that as well. So, for instance, we have strength with giraffe, the bigger picture. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. That's interesting. With the 9 of swords. That's really interesting. I'm working with, excuse me, seeing the bigger picture right at the minute. That was interesting. I decided to read that card and I flipped a couple of others previously. Oh dear, messages through tarot. I do like them. Death with abundance. Move with the flow of abundance around and through you. With the Queen of Wands. So we've got the Hierophant. with Ladybird, luck. All of your manifesting positive thoughts and visualizations have been heard. With the Eight of Cups. Now, as mentioned, I did test these back in November, and there must have been something that made me think, these will work nicely together. High Priestess with the sensitive soul. Strengthen your boundaries and cut cords. I like this. It's like, looks like a tarot reader, doesn't it? With this table, which is actually a moon. I like that. With the Four of Pentacles. Strengthen your boundaries and cut cords. Okay, let's take two more. We've got the Nine of Cups with Dragon, Gaia's Gateway. Access Earth's inner wisdom with the Five of Pentacles. Last one. I'm feeling a bit, what's the word? What's twigsome in English? I can't think of the word. Oh look, twigsome. I can't think of the word. I'll put it on the screen. Three of Wands with grounding. Ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth with the Three of Wands again. I don't know. May I be as bold as to give the decks a shuffle? I'm going to do that. I'm going to give them a bit of a shuffle. Wait. Okay, I'm back. I posed the question how each of the decks felt about working with the other two on the desk. And this is what I got. And this feels quite positive, I think. I love this. So let's just flip a few more cards and see if they are speaking a little bit better to each other. Because there must have been something back in November that kind of made me think, Apprentice of Water, stepping into your power. Don't take a back seat in your story. It's time to set up. With the Hermit. Okay, we'll do two more. Ten of Swords, all back with the Elephant again. Ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth with the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, I don't know. Oh, last one. Two of Cups with Dreamweaver. Tune into the energetic grids around you. Where can you send your energy for healing? The Two of Cups and the Five of Wands. Okay, I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. Last one. Bat, you are working through deep soul patterns. Release any outdated beliefs that surface with the Two of Coins and Six of Wands. I don't know. I'm hesitant is the word I was looking for earlier. I feel a bit hesitant now, but the decks clearly want to work together because I felt that was, a resounding yes from all three decks. I've got two stragglers. Let's take a look at those. So the next deck on my wish list, which I definitely want to get to this year, is the Craft Felt Tarot. These are the backs. Who am I kidding? This is totally going to be edged in multicolours because why not? This was a Kickstarter that I got a couple of weeks ago, I think. And as mentioned, I'm not feeling the colourful decks right at the minute. But I really want to be using it because this is so beautiful. I pulled this one out recently and spoke about it in a video. This reminded me of Fuzzy Felt, which I was having a total nostalgic memory of, Fuzzy Felts that I had as a child. And then this popped up on Kickstarter and I was like, this can't be a coincidence. I've got to buy this deck. And it's just so cool. It's so good. So good. I mean, look at the details. It's just amazing what this creator has, has created. Basically, it's amazing. I think it's fantastic. And as mentioned, I'm wondering, well, not as mentioned, but I just mentioned it. The colourful decks weren't talking to me, but I think maybe this might be a summer deck. I would really like to get it out, and it feels quite. I feel like it ignites my inner child. Or maybe I could use it for maybe creativity. I don't know, but I just think it's so cool. Look. Oh, it's just so cool. Look at this. I love this. So yes, this is one I definitely want to get out and have some playtime. Definite playtime on my desk. Creativity might be a possibility for this one. And the last one, well, I mean, there's obviously a lot that I'd like to get to, but these are the ones that are on my to be read list, my tarot to be read list before I turned 46. The Woman Tarot. This is a French deck. I was going to say it's German, it's not, it's French. I used this one last year, purchased it last year, absolutely adored it. I can't remember what I paired it with. Edged in gold from the box. The devil card is on the top because I'm doing a study with the devil card because I'm in a devil year. And when I got this deck out again, I was reminded how good it was. So actually I pulled on it last night. And I was like, oh, I really want to get this one out again, although I've used it recently. I just really like it. It's a really easy reader. Really easy reader. I like it's predominantly got this, you know, very strong feminine energy I feel in it. There is some masculine energy that turns up as well, but I just really like it. I like the art style, I like the depictions. It's, you know, very Rider-Waite Smith, but I don't know, it's a comfy, not, I wouldn't say, is it comfy cozy? No, it's not like, it's not a comfy cozy like this. This to me is like a bit of a cozy, playful deck. This isn't comfy cozy in that way, but it makes me feel like it's a well-trusted friend that I can turn to. It gives me, no nonsense and supports me in the areas of my life that I need supporting. So yeah, that's it. We're done. That was a long video. Holy moly, apologies. What say you? Are there any decks on your list that you'd like to read before your next birthday? Let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you for hanging out with me. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Take care, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Toodles.